We've come here from London and from New York to be here on this very historical event where the first time in history that the Zionist regime is being taken to court for their actions. To express solidarity with the suffering people in Gaza and in Palestine, and to publicize the Jewish opposition to the Zionist state and the Zionist deeds and the ideology, all of which are completely opposite to the authentic Torah Judaism, which was kept throughout the centuries.
Today Israel says that this trial is part of anti-Semitism, PR against Jewish. What do you say about this?
I said that Zionism is the real anti-Semitism, and Zionists, they benefit from anti-Semitism, and historically they deliberately brought on anti-Semitism in order to force Jewish people to support them and to help upheaval of Jewish people from other countries. To say that speaking out against war crimes and massacre of children is anti-Semitic just because the people doing it have hijacked the name of the Jewish people and they call themselves Jews is absolutely obscene. Anti-Semitic means anti-Jewish. Jewish means the Torah and the concept of the Torah. There's nothing more anti-Jewish than the state of Israel and its genocidal actions.
But the Constitutional Court has indicated that in an application for provisional measures, it is sufficient to show that there is a prima facie basis for jurisdiction. It is submitted that South Africa has convincingly established the existence of a dispute between it and Israel over the fulfillment of the letters obligations under the genocide.
It sickens me and it disgusts me, and I tell you, however much it disgusted me before I came here is nothing compared to how I felt when I saw on this screen over here when they're bringing excerpts from Netanyahu talking about the Amalek and using verses from the Torah and applying them to Palestinians, or videos of soldiers chanting all these songs about wiping everyone out and everything like this. My ancestors were burned alive and were massacred and endured pogroms and expulsions for centuries because they held fast to their faith in the European countries. A secular, independent secular entity comes and takes the land, uses the fragile situation of Jewish people after the Holocaust to stamp it as a safe haven, and then they basically use it to create such a horrific extent of carnage which is affecting Jewish and Palestinian people in the entire world. It's disgusting, but I think today is a historic day. It's the beginning of the end for them. And everyone can see, and everyone knows the numbers of children and women who have been killed, and also civilian men. It's ridiculous. This is such a grotesque exploitation of the meaning of self-defense that there's no word to describe it. Things have gone so far now that even 21st century politicians won't be able to push off this kind of a case, I hope. So we're taking this opportunity to express our solidarity with the suffering people, and also to publicize the message of anti-Zionist, the anti-Zionist Jewish stance. And we hope that today will be one of the first steps towards the peaceful dismantlement of the state and of the occupation.
My name is Rabbi David Feldman with Neture Karta International, an Orthodox religious Jewish organization worldwide. We are out here today in The Hague, as we do this already for decades around the globe. We oppose the occupation of Palestine, especially recently now, when we are witnessing months of a genocide, mass murder of masses of innocent men, women and children. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable for the world. As human beings, we say that this is unacceptable. But as Jewish people, we stand up and we say we are so deeply embarrassed when all of this is being done supposedly in our name. And sadly, the Jewish religion is being misused to justify all these crimes. This is wrong. This is criminal. We appreciate South Africa for its brave stance of standing up and getting Israel accountable for all what is going on. It's not only a ceasefire that we need. Obviously, we need a ceasefire. We need a ceasefire already for months. But the ceasefire is way not enough. We need an end to the total lift of the blockade of Gaza, and that's also way not enough. We need a total end of this occupation of Palestine. People are suffering in Palestine already for decades. Unfortunately, we are witnessing an endless cycle of bloodshed, where everyone suffers. Is the Palestinian people suffering? Is the Jewish people involved in all of this? This is not Judaism. This is not the Jewish religion. According to Judaism, all of this is forbidden. The concept of building a sovereign homeland for Jews is totally forbidden according to basics of Judaism. We are in exile. We are forbidden to end exile by any physical means. But in addition to that, killing and stealing, oppressing an entire people, all of this is not only criminal according to international law, this is criminal according to Jewish law. This has to stop for the sake of everyone. Palestine deserves their freedom, and the Jewish people deserve the peace that did exist in Palestine before this whole occupation started, 100 years ago, before this invention of Zionism. This is dangerous for all. This has to stop for the sake of everyone. We are here to bring our Jewish voice together with all the voices here in The Hague, to stand up and to stop this occupation and this criminality and this violation of Judaism has to stop today for the sake of everyone. Unfortunately, because Netanyahu and his people insist to represent all Jews, therefore all Jews the world over find themselves accountable to all crimes being committed to Palestine. And this is not supposed to be. We are here as a Jewish delegation on behalf of masses of Jewish people behind us, and we say no, that the state of Israel does not represent all Jews. We are standing here today in The Hague, and we are standing in so many major cities around the globe. Jewish people joining pro-Palestinian organizations and individuals to speak up and to stop all what is going on. This is wrong, this is criminal, and this is anti-Jewish. This is criminal according to Jewish law, not only according to international. This case is very significant today for each and every reason. It's because we are humans. We are human beings. We have to stand up for humanity. We implore, we encourage, we appreciate South Africa for this brave stance it has taken. And this has to stop for the sake of everyone involved. This is crucially important, and we have to add, ending the state of Israel, ending the occupation of Palestine does not mean danger to the Jewish people. It is the safety of the Jewish people.
One of the things that we did hear from Professor Vaughan Lowe was the argument around the debate that has happened over the last 3 months of Israel continually saying we are acting in self-defense. That was completely, you might say, the rug was pulled from underneath the feet of that argument. When you are an occupying state, you don't have that right.
That's right, you don't have that right. Now, there might be some scope for arguing that Israel is no longer occupying, that they have withdrawn and are sieging instead, but that is something that, you know, on the face of it doesn't seem to be the truth of the case, and the lawyer quoted the Security Council, which says that is certainly not the case. But that is one of Israel's only kind of few legal arguments that they can make, that they can say, listen, the obligations under the Genocide Convention can't interfere with their obligation to self-defense. But as you say, that's a very weak argument at the moment. Self-defense is designed to defend yourself against other states, not to defend yourself against your own territory. So it's going to be very hard to argue that.